Good morning, Keith Tebow from FRCMedia. Thank you for joining us. We are officially past Thanksgiving. That means we are in the holiday season, and holiday means shopping as we're getting ready for our holiday events and gatherings throughout the season. And we always like to check in with my friends at the One SouthCoast Chamber to talk about shopping locally this holiday season. I'm pleased to be joined by the co-CEOs, Rick Kidder and Michael O'Sullivan. Gentlemen, how are you? Thank you for joining me.
I'm great, Keith. It's great
Good
to
to
see
see you,
you. Great to
Keith.
be back.
Happy
We're
holiday season. Happy local shopping season.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll get into some specifics in a moment, but actually, let me get into some specifics. We're actually recording this the week after Thanksgiving, which means the Black Friday season has ended, come and gone, and local shopping, which is Small Business Saturday, took place. Rick, let me ask you, from what you know, only a few days past that period, how did local merchants fare this long Thanksgiving holiday Black Friday season?
Keith, from what we've seen, there's been, just as there's been a pent up desire for people to travel, I think there's been a pent up desire for people to go out and actually go to stores and touch stuff. They've spent a lot of money online. Everybody does these days. That's part of the mix. But I think what we're seeing is that a lot of people want to get out. They want to find gifts that are special. They want to touch them. They want to see what they're like. And so our local merchants who have wonderful and unique items and good customer service are starting to see the benefits of that. So I think people want to shop, and they are shopping in spite of some higher prices and some challenges with inflation.
Mike, let me ask you. You're based in Fall River office of the One SouthCoast Chamber. What are you hearing from Fall River merchants, maybe in particular, about what their plans and what their hopes are for this holiday season?
Well, most folks are planning on having a great holiday season. So far, it's been more sane. A lot, a lot of larger businesses, they weren't open at 6 o'clock on Thursday night. A lot of the insanities that you've seen in the past on Black Friday. And it just seems like every business is being more considerate of their staff. They're being more considerate of the hours that they're open and they're shopping, which is making a big difference in helping the small businesses as well. But the small businesses I've talked to are, so far, it's been a great holiday season, and they're anticipating a much, much better holiday season.
Rick, talk a little bit about I've asked you this pretty much every year since we've talked about shopping local.
Sure.
What are the benefits to the local economy when people keep their money where they live?
Well, that's actually one of the interesting parts of all of this. If you look at shopping local keeps about 73 cents or more of each dollar in the local economy. When you are shopping at online or when you're shopping elsewhere, very little of that actually stays with us. Not that people are going to suddenly say, "Okay, I'll never shop online again." That's not the case. There are certain conveniences that people have, but what we do know is that more of the dollar stays here when people spend their money here. And you don't see these small business people staying in business so that they can own a second home. These are people who struggle. They work hard. They are trying to. They're the supporters of our local Little League teams. They're the ones who make a difference in the community. And so supporting them makes nothing but sense. So it's not only the dollars that stay local, but it's also making sure that we have a vibrant business community that can be resilient and can withstand the challenges of the economy.
Mike, a lot of people will look at shopping local and shopping in local stores, and I want to get into a moment the benefits of that local shopping, because there's many times you'll find one of a kind items in local shops,
Right.
but there's the argument that can be made from some that well, shopping local is great, but a lot of times it's more expensive, and my money doesn't go as far as it used to. That's really a misconception, isn't it? There are a lot of local businesses, local shop owners that are really competitive with their prices, correct?
That's very true, Keith. And, Viva Fall River started to pop up shop earlier this year, and it's at 333 South Main in Fall River. But they're a great example. They have over 30 local makers, selling different products in the pop up shop. And it's just a fantastic example of how you can get really great, locally made quality products at a really good, affordable price. And there's just so many examples of that. And it's exciting to be able to see that and bring all those folks together. But you don't have to just sell in just a pop-up shop. So many local businesses are so much more competitive than people realize. We've got, if you're looking for your holiday dresses and things like that, you got Alexandra's on South Main. And I'm just using them as one example. There's many, many, many other examples, but it's very affordable. You have to shop, you have to look, but it's affordable, and shopping local is a great way to go.
And Rick, as I mentioned earlier, a lot of times you'll find some regional and uber local unique items in by shopping local that you're not going to find on an Amazon, correct?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, Mike and I were at a ribbon cutting the other day for a new member of the chamber, whose business is actually manufacturing beautiful things for the home that are primarily out of recycled fisherman's rope. And these are beautiful art pieces that he has done. Something you're not going to find anywhere else. And I asked him, I said, "Are you going to sell these online?" He said, "No. I actually want word of mouth and local traffic to know and understand the work that we're doing and know the connection to it." So yeah, you're going to find things that are totally unique. And when you think about these small businesses, one of the things that they don't have to do that the big stores do, they don't have to have $1 billion in inventory that they're financing. They don't have to have the big national marketing that big stores have to have. Our small businesses survive and thrive because and are competitive in part because they don't have to pay into all of that in order to be successful.
Yeah. Another thing that's sometimes overlooked, and we talk about, shopping local as the in-person experience, but there are a number of these local shops where if you want to stay home on the keyboard and want to order online, you can do that online as well. So that's something that a lot of people may not, they think shopping local, I've got to go. Yeah, I want to support the local shops, but I have to go somewhere to buy things. And that's important, but there's also a lot of online opportunities as well, right?
That's very true. These businesses, a lot of them really had to pivot. I know a lot of people are tired of that word, but they had to pivot and be able to sell their wares online. If they can't sell their wares online, it was a problem in the middle of COVID. So a lot of people really learned how to do that. They learned how to do it very well, and so in essence, they are doing very, very well. But I also have to give a little bit of a shout out to Amazon as well, because you have to remember Amazon is right here in the middle of Fall River on the South Coast, and they employ a lot of local people. So it's not the worst thing to shop from Amazon. In fact, it's a good thing, to balance your shopping local and shopping online. And I know I'll have people that harass me over making that statement, but when you've got an organization that employs like 1,500 people, it's important, that we keep them going too. Right,
absolutely. So I guess the moral of the story is shop local when you can, but and keep in mind that as you said, Rick, most of that money just stays right here. Right. In the local economy, and that's what's important. All right, Rick Kidder and Michael O'Sullivan, the co-CEOs of the One SouthCoast Chamber, thank you for joining me. Have a great holiday season, and we'll talk to you in 2023. I appreciate it.
Same to you, Keith.
Same to you. Thanks, Keith.
And thank you for joining us, as always, here on FRC Media. I'm Keith Tebow. Have a great day.